Good evening, Namaskar. How are you all today? It's always such a pleasure to be addressing a gathering of environment, wildlife, and animal lovers. And it's a privilege that I'm here again today in the middle of you all to celebrate the World Elephant Day today here at Coimbatore. Let me start with the time in 1971 when I was 5 years old. Yes, I'm older than I look. So, and my mother actually, she took me to see my first movie. And that movie, by coincidence, was Hathi Mere Sathi. And of course, it was produced by a person from South India, the director. He was M. Thirumagam. And at that time, it was the biggest ever hit made in South India in our parts of the country. आप लोगों ने देखी है हाथी मेरे साथी किसी ने? Yes, and it always stayed with me. In my life, I always wanted to have an elephant as a pet, but never managed to. But the universe has put me in a place where we have the responsibility of looking after the thousands of elephants that are here in our country. So again, it's a privilege to be here with you. And talking about Hathi Mere Sathi, which is in Hindi, in English it means the elephant, my companion. I'd also like to point out that it has been man's companion for many hundreds of years probably. We see elephant as a symbol of strength, as a symbol of wisdom, also of royalty, and of course, of good fortune. I remember once I was traveling, and it happens many times actually, when we are traveling, and sometimes you see an elephant on the road. I mean, an elephant owned by someone, of course, or even a wild one. A lot of people, they always bow their hands and kind of say whatever prayer to the, or pay their respect to the elephant. It occupies a very important, the elephant occupies a very important place in our religion, in our mythology, in our culture. I believe most of at least the Hindu homes do have either a picture of an elephant and definitely a statue of Lord Ganesha at the entrance. Not only religion, elephant was also the favorite sawari of the royal families. The kings and the maharajas and the sultans and the Mughal emperors, they also chose to ride on the back of the elephant. Elephants were used in wars. When Alexander came to invade India, he was told, his spies told him about the thousands of elephants that Porus had in his army. And in modern times, they've also been used for entertainment. As children, we've all ridden on the back of elephants. I remember in Lucknow, I come from Lucknow. When we were young, almost every year there used to be a famous circus called, if I remember the name correctly, it was I forget the name, Gemini Circus, yes, Gemini Circus. We used to go there, and apart from other animals, there used to be a show for elephants also, elephants kicking a huge football, elephants eating bread, and you name it. And of course, when I was getting married, I was told that, my to-be in-laws wanted me to come there on the back of an elephant, which I refused. I mean, as it is, I'm, putting my foot forward in a very dangerous world of married life, and I don't want to start by being on the back of an elephant. So that is that. That's our history regarding the elephant. Our ancient temples, of course, have a lot of sculptures. In Madhya Pradesh, we just honored some watchers from Madhya Pradesh. In Bhimbetka caves, some of the oldest paintings are almost 10,000 years old, of elephants. And of course, the Ajanta cave paintings of 450 BC, they show a lot of elephants. So again, it's a privilege to address you, everyone here. And amongst us, I'd like to especially welcome and pay my respect to our Director General Forest and Special Secretary, Mr. Sushil Avasthi. Of course, our Additional Chief Secretary Forest Government of Tamil Nadu, Srimati Supriya Sahuji. Our PCCF Tamil Nadu State Government, Shri Srinivas Reddy ji. And PCCF Wildlife, Shri Rakesh Dogra ji. And of course, the other distinguished guests, students, forest officers, elephant lovers, and respected persons of the media. So, we are here today, like I said, to celebrate our World Elephant Day. Our Honorable Prime Minister also gives it a lot of importance. And he also always mentions about, reviving our traditional knowledge of not only on elephants, but regarding environment, regarding forests, regarding animals as a whole. And coming to that, I'd also like to point out that in our culture, not only have we used the elephants, whether for warfare or for any other purpose, but since ancient times, we've also taken care of them. There have been many books of how to treat elephant with the Ayurvedic medicines, and there have been a lot of treatises written in Assam and Tamil Nadu, also in Kerala. And for the benefit of our young students, Palkapya was an ancient writer of the Gupta age, which was from 300 AD to 400 AD. And he wrote a book called Hasti Ayurveda, which was only totally about how to treat elephants. Of course, if you want to, looking at the statistics, our country hosts about 60% of all the wild Asiatic elephants in the world. And the latest count of 2017 was around approximately 29,000 of these magnificent, majestic species. Our ministry, along with a number of NGOs and local societies dwelling near in these elephant areas, we have been doing a lot of work. We have had a lot of achievements. Avasthi ji pointed out, so did our secretary ma'am. And now we have identified and ground validated about 150 elephant corridors, which are so important for their migration and movement. And these are spread across 15 states of our country. Maintaining these corridors, of course, very important. And our project Elephant, which was launched in 1992, the focus was to not only how to protect elephants, but also how to protect the habitats, the corridors, and also, very important now, how to address this constant complaint about the human-elephant conflicts that is happening. And sir also mentioned about captive elephants. It is also as important to take care of our captive elephants. I'm concerned to say that of late, I personally, along with the help of, like I said again, some very dedicated NGOs, have come across at least 5-6 cases of these elephants in captivity, which are being not treated well. And I was very happy to see the launch of that book regarding the foot disease in elephants. Because one of the captive elephants that we got out of captivity and gave it to Wildlife Trust of India for treatment, one of the major, ailments he was suffering from was foot disease. And so congratulations to the author to bring about this feature of keeping elephants. And when we talk about the achievements our ministry has made or our country has made, I must again congratulate all the field staff that is present here, our rangers, our wildlife wardens, our mahouts, and all other officials of our ministry who actively are engaged in the forests and these areas and making sure that poaching is not happening, the habitats are kept well, and the myriad other aspects of conserving not only elephants but wildlife. We have had to face a lot of complex challenges in that manner. Apart from, you have to look at habitat loss, like I said, poaching, human-wildlife conflict, and our forest officers, our scientists, our NGOs, and our local communities. I congratulate them again. They have come together with their dedication and hard work, and actually put in fact and shaped the Sankalp to Siddhi, which our Prime Minister always talks about, from resolve to actual achievement on the ground. So congratulations. And talking about the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi ji, I would also like to mention that on World Elephant Day in 2024, he not only reaffirmed India's commitment to doing everything possible to ensure that elephants get the care that they require, and but he also stressed on the use of remote sensing and geospatial mapping and artificial intelligence to combat issues like human-animal conflicts. And I'm very happy to hear it from the government of Tamil Nadu and the Secretary Ma'am that these methods are actually being put into practice. Our efforts in saving the elephants has not only gained attention in India, but is also reshaping the global narrative on wildlife conservation. Apart from being the Minister of State of Forest and Environment, I also hold the charge of a Minister of State for External Affairs. And again, coincidence, Africa is one continent where I have to go to all the countries in Africa. That's part of the regions that Honorable Minister Shri Jaishankar ji has given me. And in my visits there, we always get questioned and asked by African countries, the people and the officials, as to how we are taking care of not only our elephants, but also big cats. I was recently in Tajikistan and in Kyrgyzstan. In Kyrgyzstan, we are celebrating the International Day of the Snow Leopard. And they were amazed to know that the kind of practices and the kind of steps our department, our ministry is taking to conserve the snow leopards in our country, in our Himalayan regions. Same with our lions and tigers. Our team recently had gone to Vietnam, I believe. So, or which country was it? I forget. Cambodia, Vietnam. Cambodia. To train their people on how to take care of the wild tigers and the environment. Of course, the historic reintroduction of the cheetah, everyone is aware about. It was a huge step. And it required a lot of study, a lot of preparedness. And I'm happy to see the way it is on its success path. Our conservation policies also reflect our long-term ecological vision. And the only way conservation can succeed is when we integrate traditional wisdom with modern science, and also, as importantly, we encourage community participation. That is one of the most important aspects of environment conservation. I would also like to acknowledge like I said, our forest, frontline forest staffs, our forest guards. I have spent a lot of my time, younger days, in jungles, in forests. And I know, I've witnessed the actual hard work that is done by our staff, the hard conditions they have to live in. And I have to commend their zeal, their dedication, the way they carry out their duties day and night. And they are real heroes of conservation. So I offer my heartfelt appreciation for the courage, dedication, and to the service of nation's wildlife. So while we reaffirm our resolve to protect the elephant, it is not just that majestic, magnificent elephant we are talking about, but by protecting the elephant, which is our umbrella species, we are also safeguarding our entire ecosystems, our forests, our rivers, our biodiversity, and ultimately the ecological, social, and economic security of the millions of people which live in and around the areas where elephants generally are. Our work, our efforts in this field, I see a lot of young people, students here. I'm sure that they will be inspired to join this shared vision to protect our wildlife and our elephants. And in this regard, I'd like to again make a special mention of Ms. Naz Rizvi, who is the Director of National Museum of Natural History, Ministry of Environment and Forest. She has made a major contribution by involving what I hear 15 lakh students to take the pledge to save our elephants. And I would also again like to congratulate our young children, our future generations, for taking part in these competitions, and of course the winners, and the 80 schools in and around Coimbatore who have taken part in this. So again, I'd end this speech by congratulating everyone, each and everyone who are part of this great mission of ours to conserve our elephants, our wildlife, and our environment. And my best wishes. And on one last note, I would also like to thank the various NGOs who have also been working tirelessly for our environment. And I would like to ask them to please be forthright. Please do not hesitate to contact us in case any matters which require attention come to your notice, because we have to work at it together, and we have to work at conserving our ecosystem, our environment as a team. So thank you very much. Namaskar and congratulations once again.